All right, so welcome back to our series on Back to the Basics. Yesterday, Bo Jackson came out and said that he would be averaging like 350 or 400 yards if he was playing in this NFL because the tackling is so poor. And very specifically, he's just talking about guys are using their arms to tackle, they're not wrapping up, so he'd be able to run through all these tackles. And I've been saying this for years. This is one of the things I really focused on when I went back into the NFL. We have a whole program based on developing individual tackling and how that relates to the team concept. So I wanted to take a game and just kind of show the difference between good and bad and how simple it is when you really break it down to the basics. The basics in tackling, I kind of have a four-part square, dip, hammer, explode, hunt, hammer tackling system. But what you really want to think about is if you break it down and see where people are missing tackles or giving up yards after contact, two things. Can you get to confrontation under control? And can you actually hammer your shoulder and wrap your arms? Those two simple concepts. Let's check it out in action.
All right, so as you watch this Arizona-Seattle game, here's a guy's doing it the right way first off. So Budda Baker coming through. Left shoulder level 2 tackle. He's punching through the body. We're not wrapping with our arms wide. We're keeping that shoulder girdle strong. Guys, if you keep it basic, right, at any level, that guy's going down. That's a good tackle. It's a good NFL tackle. It's a good high school tackle. Now here you see some poor deceleration and tracking by that cornerback. But again, Budda comes in. This is shoulder contact. Yeah, there's some issues here that I have with his launch angle and where he's jumping from, right? I think he's diving from too far away. That doesn't give you a good leverage point. But if you make shoulder contact, you wrap your arms, physics takes over. When we get into these situations now, you see a lot of this. This is what Bo Jackson's talking about. We're not wrapping up. We're just throwing our bodies in front of people. We're trying to just take shots. This becomes problematic. You see that now Budda gets this guy down, maybe gets 1 yard after contact. But as the game moves on, you can see how this could manifest in different ways. So again, Budda goes in, tries to take a shot, doesn't wrap his arms. Now he needs his friends to help him out to do his job, right? You need to bring more people to the party because he can't get that ball carrier down. All you have to do is bring your arms there. We see this with 22 in the hole. Same idea. So if you launch, if you're not in control going into confrontation, if you aim too low, if you're not going for that hip or that thigh board, right? You're not trying to hammer shoulder, you have an opportunity to miss tackles, right? You don't have your eyes on the target. It's just really, really basics of football. It's not just tackling is not a core concept, right? The core concepts of tackling are what the essentials of the sport are. Here, if you're not breaking down, if you're not under control into contact, what happens? Fly right by. You can't make the shoulder contact that you need. So this is a deceleration mobility issue. This is also a technical tracking issue. Here's a great tackle by number 22. If you're dealing with a larger player, go for the hip. Why? Because the hip's not attacking you. This is a place where you can hit, you can get your arms around, you can use your weight and your momentum to take the ball carrier down. Great track back tackle. But as you see some other opportunities here, you see 22 coming in late, he bounces off this guy. Why? Not low enough. Why? Not trying to make a shoulder first tackle. So he can't wrap his arms because that helmet actually extends his arms further away from his body, right? Simple physics, guys. Keep it simple so you can do it the right way. What do things like this lead to ultimately? So this is a play that should be down on the 32-yard line. Now, yards after contact is just a hidden gem in football games. I did a study last year. A team gave up 100 yards after contact in one single game. Think about the difference that makes. It's all because of poor technique. These are things we can correct easily.
So as we can see, even with great players, well-coached players on good teams, the same mistakes are made over and over. Right? Can we make shoulder contact? And can we get into confrontation under control? Can we get into that athletic hip hinge position? Can we have our shoulders over our knees, over our toes? Can we step same foot, same shoulder? There's a lot of little details that go into a successful tackle. And if you break them down into simple bite-sized components, very, very easy to improve. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.